Alright, welcome back. I am Cithryth as usual, and this is episode 5 of my LOTRO Loremaster Let's Play. We just finished all the quests in this little wolf pond area, and next we have to go turn in at Kellendim, but first I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about Hobbit Presents, which is a relatively new game mechanic in LOTRO. As you can see here, there's a little present icon. I will click it. Every day is a Hobbit's birthday. Open a free silver present today, or open a gold present once a week. So basically, what this is, every day on one character per account, I'm not sure if it's per server, but you can open a silver present for free, and then once a week you can open a gold present. If you want to open more, you spend mithril coins. So there's been a lot of controversy about this. A lot of people are saying that it is encouraging gambling and is a slot machine, and I can kind of see maybe where they're coming from with the animation as it scrolls through, kind of like a slot machine does, but to say that it's encouraging gambling and that, you know, LOTRO's, like, Turbine is trying to make this like some kind of casino or something, which a lot of people have legitimately said on the LOTRO official forums, is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's just mine. I think the Hobbit presents are fine. Like, I get a free little whatever kind of buff every day, or sometimes you can get a little gold. So these are some of the things I've gotten. I've gotten Rejuvenation Potion, not that powerful, 300 silver. At this level, if I was a new player, that'd be a lot to me, but it's not that much. I have like 100 gold on some other characters. And I got some max morale potions. Again, they're not super crazy, pay-to-win type gifts. Sometimes you can get more armor, like better armor. Sometimes you can get mithril coins, which is nice, because usually you have to pay to get mithril coins. It just seems silly to freak out about it to me. But, you know, you can't please everyone, I suppose. Alright, now we get to tell Cardavor that we have not found his son.
The sorrows of the Eldar are never ending. Will you hear my sorrows?
Alright, so now we get to kill some goblins. Always fun. Ooh, level 8. How very exciting. Let's see what new skills we get with level 8. Train.
Hail, friends.
Beacon of Hope. Gust of Wind. Let's see what these do. Alright, Beacon of Hope transfers morale to an ally or companion. That's pretty straightforward. It's a heal. Gust of Wind. Air swirls around the target, kicking up debris and other objects that cause damage and distracts nearby enemies. Alright, so that's an attack. Cool. We'll try those out as we go attack some goblins. Alright, so let's try our new Gust of Wind skill out on this fly. Not bad damage. Yeah, it wasn't terrible. So let's see, I've got to kill a whole bunch of different kinds of goblins. Foul creatures, so I guess that just means any kind of pests. And baleflies. Pretty standard stuff. So this area, the graphics here are basically the same as when the game was released. Other places like the human starting area, have had their graphics revamped recently. But the reason only certain areas have gotten the revamp is because apparently the only way those revamps are happening is because one specific dev, Scarecrow, he's taking his own personal time out to revamp the graphics of these areas. Once we get to Breetown, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can tell the buildings are much more detailed, much more high definition. It's really good, and it was a really nice change, but it's just too bad that, you know, it's it's not, you know, specifically allotted development time. So it would be really nice to see the older areas get revamped as well.
It's to you.
Apparently I'm stuck in combat. Oh look, my raven is over there attacking something. Wonderful. This is why I don't like pets. My main class, the captain, also technically is a pet class. You can summon heralds that do various things. Some of them just hold banners, but you can also get one that is an archer. But they're so annoying because they just aggro everything and they're just hard to control. And therefore, I never use my heralds on my captain.
You may be of service to me.
So, should be interesting trying to get used to using pets more often with this class. Alright, so this area up ahead with all these goblins, I died so many times when I had that little baby elf hunter, my first character. This place was just absolute hell for me. I eventually had to get someone to help me, like, I think I was like level 7 or 8 or something, and I had to get a big level 10 to come help me. I remember that was the first time I ever actually interacted with someone, and it was terrifying for me, and I couldn't, I was so freaked out, because I didn't, for some reason I thought fellowships were like a permanent thing, because, you know, that's how it is in the books and the movie, like, they're fellowship. So I thought when you get invited to a fellowship that it's like a permanent thing forever, and so like this guy invited me to a fellowship. But a fellowship in this game is just like a group that, you know, just for, you know, it's a temporary thing. But I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm permanently in this fellowship with this dwarf guy. What am I gonna do? Oh, this is terrible, my character's ruined. And like, I came up with some excuse to log out. Like, oh, I have to go to work, bye. And yeah, it was weird. That was my first encounter with people in an MMO. One of the key differences from how it is now to how it was back when I had serious issues not dying, the aggro radius of the mobs has decreased quite a bit. I think it was like halved or something. It's quite a bit smaller. You can get much closer to mobs before they attack you. I also feel like there were more everywhere, but maybe it just seemed that way because their aggro radius was much wider. But yeah, it was definitely seemed very, very hard to me as a newbie MMO player who barely could handle using WASD to control my character. I remember, like, see where those vines are flashing over there? That's where I would always die, because, like, there's just a ton of them. I'd try to go up the staircase, and there's a bunch up there, and I'd run away and end up dying among that row of vines. It was terrible. And in fact, yeah, there's a lot. Well, I mean, there's 2 attacking me, but for level 8, that's a lot. But I know I'll be okay. So I've got my raven. Oh dear. That was a quick respawn. That's no fun. I think the place with the worst respawns in terms of quickness is the Siege of Mirkwood intro area. Like the first place in Mirkwood. There's a couple of orc camps, and oh my gosh, the respawn is ridiculous. They had it really, really high, so that when the expansion launched and there's tons of people all clamoring to kill the same mobs, that, you know, people would be able to find mobs they need to kill. But then the problem is they never turned down the respawn, and so they just spawn crazy fast. Especially on lower DPS classes like my captain, I'll be fighting something, and as I start to fight the next thing, the thing I just finished killing will already be respawning. It's pretty crazy. In fact, on my hunter that I've been leveling recently, I just totally skipped Mirkwood entirely because I don't like it. Alright, so now we get to kill Pamprish, the big goblin boss here. He killed me so many times when I was a little newbie MMO player. Now, he's gone in seconds. Can't say I'm too disappointed. Alright, turn in some of the quests there. Now we get to go back and talk to Cardavor again. Well, Cardavor,
Graze the shadow.
still have not found your son. Sorry about that.
Will you lend me your ear?
Alright. So, now we get to move on to the next elf sanctuary, Dwilond. I think there's some quests to pick up here first. Alright, so one of my favorite things in Dwilond is this little cave. I think we can go in it even when it's not during. So this is usually used for the spring festival, but it's one of my favorite little tiny instance spaces they have. I love these little terraced gardens, the waterfalls, the mix of the pine trees and these like little pink and white trees they have all over this elf area. Usually shrews come out of here and you're supposed to stomp on them. That's for the festival. And the ruins, I just really like this little space. It's just a really pretty little, nicely crafted instance, I think. And I just want to share that with you guys. Right, so this is Dwilond. It's the other little elf refuge area. And if you were paying close enough attention in previous episodes, you will notice a familiar face once we get to him.
Graze the shadow.
Woo, level 10!
Might you spare a moment?
I can now be known as Cithryth the Undefeated, which means I still haven't died yet. Very exciting. Picking up quests.
Will you hear my sorrows?
Right, okay, so this is what I was talking about. If you were paying attention in episode 1, you will recognize Doranger Whitethorn as one of the elves at the Refuge of Athelion when it was sacked. So, there you go. Right, so a couple of things to do, but I think I'm going to stop here for now. Very scenic little place to end for episode 5. So, I gained 3 levels, and yeah, so see you next time.